King Queen suited and pocket tens in the mix, and Ace King for Martin. Some real hands out there. Peter is kind of setting a trap with pocket tens. 300K, a gigantic 3-bet. Could this be the big pot we've been waiting for?
He has 5 World Series of Poker bracelets. He has beaten the best players alive in tournaments, in cash games, on the biggest stages in the world, and on one Thursday night in Las Vegas, he lost $2 million. But here's what makes this story insane. Earlier that same night, he won one of the biggest pots in live stream poker history, $2.8 million. One hand, one table, and he still left broke. This is what happened. Every summer, the best poker players on Earth descend on Las Vegas for the World Series of Poker. It's the biggest stage in the game. Tournaments with millions on the line, bracelets, legacies, all of it. But here's something the casual fan doesn't always realize. For a certain type of player, the tournaments aren't even the main event. The cash games are. Hustler Casino Live, in partnership with the World Series of Poker, set up a no-limit Holdem cash game right on the Las Vegas Strip. Live cameras, live commentary, real money. The blinds, $1,000 and $2,000 with a $4,000 big blind ante. So before anyone even looks at their cards, $7,000 is already sitting in the middle of the table. This isn't a home game. This isn't even a regular high stakes game. This is the outer edge of what cash poker looks like. The lineup was serious. Alan Keating, one of the most aggressive recreational players in high stakes poker, known for making enormous pots and not flinching once. Peter Wang, whose sister Brittany Jing had just made headlines after being removed from a WSOP cash game the week prior, adding extra tension to his presence at this table. Santosh Suvarna, who had just won his 3rd WSOP bracelet days earlier, banking nearly $1.92 million in the $50,000 high roller. DoorDash founder Stanley Tang, Andrew Ace Pacheco, Jack Lee, and Mike Texas Monsek. Serious players, serious money, serious stakes. But the man everyone was watching from the moment he sat down was Martin Cabral. If you've never seen Martin Cabral play poker, just imagine this. Take a 5-time World Series bracelet winner, genuinely elite, technically brilliant, and wrap him in the personality of a man who treats every hand like performance art. He talks constantly, he negotiates, he philosophizes mid-hand, he makes you laugh, then makes you question every decision you thought you were confident in. It's deliberate, every word is calculated. What makes this night particularly interesting is that Martin arrived at this table already down money. He'd busted the $100,000 buy-in high roller tournament earlier that week. For most people, that's a signal to go rest, regroup, and come back another day.
Martin certainly seems to want that to happen with this enormous sizing. Keating shoves 1.34 million.
Martin Cabral sat right down. The session had been running for hours. Big pots, back and forth swings, the kind of environment where the atmosphere gets heavier with every hand. Because everyone at that table knows that one moment, one decision can define the entire night. And then, with no announcement, no warning, that moment arrived. 3 players, 3 very different hands. Peter Wang is sitting on pocket tens, a premium pair, and he's playing them exactly right. Slow, patient, setting a trap. He's hoping the aggression comes to him so he can snap it off. Alan Keating holds King Queen suited, a hand loaded with potential, the kind of hand that can make flushes, straights, top pair combinations. It wins enormous pots. It also loses them. There is genuinely no in-between with King Queen suited at this level. And then there's Martin Cabral, Ace King offsuit, the top 2 unpaired cards in the deck. The hand that completely dominates Alan's King Queen, sharing the king, but with Martin's ace towering over everything else. Martin knows exactly where he stands, and Martin is not going to sit quietly. The betting accelerates. A $300,000 3-bet hits the table, and suddenly the energy in that room shifts completely. Peter Wang is now in a genuinely difficult spot. He slow played the tens to create action, and he created too much of it. Against Martin's aggression, against these stack sizes, pocket tens become a hand you have to let go of. Peter folds. The disciplined move, the correct move. Still painful. Now it's just two players, Martin and Alan. Ace-King versus King-Queen suited, and Alan Keating, to absolutely nobody's surprise, does not slow down. He shoves $1.34 million into the center of the table. The rail goes quiet. The commentators pause. The cameras hold. This is the moment every poker fan waits for and dreads in equal measure. Martin doesn't hesitate. He calls. $2,800,000 sits in the center of that table on a Thursday night in Las Vegas, on a live stream that thousands of people are watching in real time. Let's be precise about what that number means. In the United States, the median household income is roughly $75,000 a year. That pot represents what an average American family earns over 37 years of work, decided in the next few minutes by 5 community cards. The hands are turned face up. Martin's ace-king is ahead. Alan needs to catch cards to survive. The math says Martin wins this hand more often than not, but poker has never cared much about math.
Peter's in a weird spot. Just called and open with pocket tens, hoping for some action perhaps, and he gets maybe more than he bargained for. Peter is very stuck tonight. Knows that Keating is quite live generally, but is he live in this spot? Well, the answer is yes, but we've not seen a lot of pre-flop shoves for 1.35 million tonight.
How much is it about?
Peter does part with the pocket tens. And Martin's not folding here.
1.5 or 1.2? I need roughly. Sorry, 1?
1.3.
Just
1.340.
just 1.3 something, yeah?
Yep.
Good luck, Ellen. What do you have?
There's the call.
I got a draw.
What do you have?
2.8 million.
Ellen,
I got a draw.
we need to open the cards. That's the rule here.
Martin's going to show his hand. It's not what Keating wants to see.
What do you want to do?
Too fun.
Now, before the cards even come out, something happens that only Martin Cabral would engineer. He proposes running it 3 times. In poker, this means dealing 3 separate sets of community cards, with each runout deciding 1/3 of the pot. It's a way of reducing variance, spreading the risk across multiple outcomes rather than one all-or-nothing board. But Martin's reasoning is only partly about variance. He makes it crystal clear that he wants a definitive winner, not a chop, not a split. He wants the drama. He wants the story. He says, and this is so perfectly Martin, that a split pot would be bad for the media. He's already thinking about how this hand plays on the highlight reel. Alan Keating agrees. And just like that, we have 3 chances to witness history. First board, the cards run out, and on the river, an ace falls. Martin pairs his ace. Alan's draw doesn't get there. Martin takes the first third, 1-0. The rail reacts. Martin reacts, loudly, characteristically, exactly as you'd expect. Alan, completely composed, 1 board down, 2 to go, second board. This one goes differently. Alan finds his card. The ace of clubs appears on the river, and Alan takes the second third of the pot. 1 board each. The pot is perfectly split going into the final runout. Everything, and nearly $1 million riding on this last board, comes down to one more deal. Third board. Martin's ace-king holds up one final time. He takes the third board. 2 boards to 1. Martin wins 2/3 of a $2.8 million pot, banking just over $1.85 million from this single hand. It is the second largest pot in Hustler Casino Live history. The only pot that has ever been bigger on that show belongs to Tom Dwan, a $3.1 million hand that still holds the record. Martin is up enormous. The table erupts, and the session still has hours left to run. Let's slow down for a second and look at this hand properly. Because there are real strategic lessons underneath all that drama. Martin's call pre-flop is correct. When you hold ace-king and your opponent is almost certainly on a dominated hand or a pure draw, the math is clearly on your side. You put your chips in, you take the variance, and you trust the process. That's how the best players in the world approach these spots. Allen's shove with king-queen suited is aggressive.
2 fine.
3 times, please. I wanna have victory for somebody, for spectators. It's like boring if it is. I really hate 2 times. If you want,
All right. Okay.
I would do 1 time, but like you are losing,
go ahead.
I'm losing as well. 3 times, 3 boards. I
Okay,
just wanna
3
have
times.
it for my media that like it's some victory. Either he beats me or not, but like the 2 is the worst.
Martin dominates
for
Alan
spectators,
Keating.
it's the worst.
Okay.
If it is chop, like the big hand is already like out of the window. You understand? It's like really bad.
The biggest pot of the night so far, and one of the biggest pots in high-stakes poker productions history.
Okay, 3 boards, and let's make it easy. Ace, ace, ace. No, really, because it's hard to count, you know? Make it for yourself, Dominic. Dominic, make it
Martin
for
wants it
yourself,
to
okay?
be convenient for the dealer.
Ace, ace, ace. No, ace, ace, ace. Okay, let's run it. It's okay. Ah, they are setting it up in the graphics. Okay, then we do 1 time only. No, I don't want to wait. My time is more valuable than this spot. But like, you know what? We already agree with Alan. I am covering his suit, which is good.
I noticed that.
Huh?
I noticed that.
I did not. Now I noticed that. I was eating, sorry.
Martin is enjoying this.
But I finished the dinner.
And there
Dominic,
is
don't
the
waste any
ace
more
that
ace on the
Martin
first
asked
board,
for.
please. Like no joke. And you know what? After you put the red card on the turn, put 1 spade on the river. Just make it spicy. Just make it spicy.
Oh no.
Wait.
That's not a good card for
Is it on
Keating.
that? No, I didn't know actually. Sorry. Spade.
And that kills his
Spade!
out on future boards.
This is the gal. This is this young lady. Spade. Not like that.
And a
Can we
spade
run it?
as well.
Ah, you know what?
Cuts
we
down on
already agree.
Keating's future possibilities of hitting a flush. Martin wins the
Why you
first
put it
board.
there?
Boy. What a brutal board.
Ah, okay, I got you.
The worst.
But like it's actually enjoyment. Imagine if I win free the same way. Put the ace. No, I would enjoy that because it would have like 20 million views minimum.
Alan's being a good sport about this.
Okay, ace. Not
Oh,
like
there's a queen.
that. Is this real life? Ace on the river, guarantee. Is there any ace left? Dominic, put it on the turn, okay? I don't want to sweat my ass. Dominic! This is so incredible. Oh, I was thinking it's no side. I'm so excited. Ace of clubs, and we can be friends again, okay? Ace of
2
clubs
outs for
for the good
Martin
guys.
Cabral on the second run out.
Mikey, you're rooting for Ace of clubs? Be honest, yes or no? Hey man, this is so embarrassment. Ace! So close.
So Keating
Alan,
will get some money
I
back.
already congratulate you. It's better. You achieved more than you deserve.
That was true before this
Hey,
hand.
no, Mikey. I did it for him. You know, normally I do only 1 time, but for Alan, I make exception.
We are running it 3
But
times. 2
actually
queens
now,
are dead.
It's good. Whatever happens is good for the. You know, two boards would be so boring. Oh, this is actually super boring. Can you deal like some interesting cards on the show?
That's terrible.
Dominic, I'm already like, ugh. I already feel I lost a lot of money actually. I mean, like, is this real life?
1
And
out
now
for
he has
Keating.
even what?
1 queen
Window.
left in the deck.
Hey, this guy is like, his reads are on today. Only queen.
That's
Oh,
not
how
it.
much
So
you
Martin
can
is
you
going to win
put the
2/3
tips
of the biggest
because
pot of the
make it
night.
In the most complicated way, for which I apologize. I hate it to run.
$2.8 million pot.
But it's not reckless. At these blind levels, with these stack sizes, King-Queen suited has real equity against most of Martin's range. He's not making a mistake, he's making a move. He just ran into the exact hand he didn't want to see. That's the part that casual poker fans sometimes miss. Both players can be right, and one still walks away with nothing. Now, Martin's psychological game, because it's worth discussing separately. The non-stop talking isn't noise, it's strategy. Martin uses conversation to control the tempo of a hand, to introduce doubt, to make opponents feel like they're playing his game rather than their own. It genuinely works against certain player types, but it's a double-edged approach. A player who is not affected by table noise, someone like Eric Wasserson, who we're about to get to, can actually use Martin's energy against him. While Martin is performing, that player is reading, cataloging, waiting. And Alan Keating throughout this hand showed something that deserves real recognition: composure under pressure. He lost nearly $1 million in one pot and never once looked rattled. That kind of emotional discipline is genuinely rare at any level of poker. The session ran for 14 hours. 14 hours of no-limit hold'em at the highest stakes on a live stream. And when it was finally over, Martin Cabral, the man who won a $1.85 million chunk of a $2.8 million pot earlier in the night, walked out down $2 million overall, the biggest loser at the table, by a significant margin. That is the variance of high-stakes poker stated as plainly as it can possibly be stated. You can win the hand of the night, you can run good at the most important moment, and the game will still take everything back, and then some. The story of this session, the one that will be studied, is Eric Wasserson. A bracelet winner from Pennsylvania, Wasserson played 65% of the hands dealt to him and raised close to half of those. Aggressive, relentless, but controlled. He won a crucial $1.9 million flip early on pocket queens over ace king, and then made one of the sharpest folds of the night, laying down a strong hand against Martin's straight flush when most players at this level would have paid it off. That one fold likely saved him $400,000 to $500,000. Final result, plus $2.7 million. And this isn't a flash of luck. Wasserson had already won $2.1 million across high-stakes poker sessions on Poker Go in April, and finished 5th in the WSOP Super Main Event in December for $2.35 million. This is a player in the middle of one of the most sustained hot streaks in recent high-stakes history. The rest of the table, Alan Keating finished down $1.8 million. Second biggest loser. Santosh Savarna gave back $1.15 million of the nearly $2 million he just won in the high roller. Peter Wang lost $950,000. On the winning side, Stanley Tang and Andrew Ace Pacheco each won close to $1.4 million. Jack Lee pocketed $450,000. And Mike Monsek, the man who lost a $1.9 million flip to Wasserson early, actually rebounded to finish the session up $100,000. That recovery alone is its own story. Total chips transferred across the felt in 14 hours, over $6 million. Here's the thing about a night like this. Martin Cabral is not a bad poker player. Anyone who tells you that doesn't understand the game. 5 WSOP bracelets are not handed out to people who got lucky a few times. His read of the $2.8 million hand was correct. His call was correct. He executed the hand exactly as he should have. The game took $2 million anyway. Because at this level, over any single session, no matter how long, the best player doesn't always win. The player with the most discipline, the clearest head, and the sharpest focus on this moment wins. Not last week, not the tournament they just busted, not the pot they won 4 hours ago. This moment, Eric Wasserson understood that. While Martin was entertaining the room, Wasserson was dismantling it, quietly, methodically, hand by hand. Two completely different approaches to the same table, two completely different outcomes, and that contrast, more than any single hand, is what makes high-stakes poker the most compelling competition in the world.
Oh, put the chips in the pot. I think we need to do that. No, just put the chips. I wanna make
Martin Cabral is going to
The 2026 World Series of Poker is not done producing moments like this. Not even close. We have more million-dollar cash games, more tournament controversies, more shocking results, and we are going to break all of it down for you right here. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more poker fans. Subscribe so you never miss a video, and drop a comment below. What would you have done in Martin's seat with $2.8 million in that pot? We'll see you in the next one.